Next up, Russ and I are going to talk about 4K releases from Kino, Criterion, and Top Gun Maverick finally gets a release date.
And if you've lost that love and feeling, go ahead and subscribe to us because we'll get it back to you. And make sure you like this page. It supports us. It tells us that you value us and we value you.
You can quote me on that.
All of our favorite studios, Russ, they're announcing a ton of stuff. The first thing is Dress to Kill, 4K, coming out from Kino Lorber. We've probably mentioned this like 5 times at this point. It was always like, oh, it was announced. Oh, here's the art. Oh, they might have a date. Now, finally, everything is confirmed. So it's out October 25th. It's a 2-disc release. It's got a new 4K transfer, Dolby Vision HDR, all that good stuff. A new audio commentary by a film critic named Maitland McDonough.
Well, that's great.
A special features disc, which has a ton of legacy stuff, but it also has 3 new things. A new interview with Nancy Allen.
Nice.
It's pretty solid. It's pretty classy Kino. A new interview with associate producer Fred Caruso, and a new interview with Keith Gordon. And then, like I said, a ton of other stuff. Look at all these other archival interviews, making ofs. It's like a bunch of stuff on disc 2 on this Blu-ray. There is a theatrical and there's an uncut. And the one that you're getting here, it states that it's unrated. Again, I really like their classy take. So you have their original art on the outside slip box, and then you have this kind of cool art underneath.
That's badass. I did not see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's wow.
Isn't that cool looking? I feel like...
And I've already pre-ordered this.
Oh, you did? Okay.
But I only saw the slip. I didn't know.
Yeah.
See, that's cool.
Are you sexually attracted to me?
It's a scene in the movie.
Scene in the movie, yeah.
It's the first time you see the killer.
I think it's
not hard to figure out who the killer is in this movie, but the first time you see them kill in the elevator, and yeah, like that's an exact shot. That's a really awesome idea for the cover. And I like that they kept the original artwork for the slip.
Yeah.
That's
Kino.
Good job, Kino. Ooh, I'm happy I pre-ordered that.
Yeah. That looks amazing. Kino taking another Criterion release for a ride, and let's see what the transfer looks like there. But the fact that they're getting new features, old features, cool-ass slip art, and cool-ass box underneath, sounds like a no-brainer.
Thanks.
One thing that I also kind of picked out that I never have seen before, and maybe I've just missed it and just didn't see it till now, is on the box it says 4K Ultra HD and Special Features Blu-ray. And honestly, usually too, because the second disc is the Blu-ray film, this one does not have the film. This is 4K only. So you're not getting this. You can't get this as a Blu-ray also. So I guess that's why they felt like they needed to differentiate. October 25th, Russ, pre-order. Solid, dude. This is the one that I pre-ordered, and that's The Usual Suspects. This is out also October 25th, a 2-disc edition. Now this is different where you're getting the Blu-ray and you're getting a 4K. A 16-bit restoration. I've never seen it called that either. From the original camera negative, color graded and approved by the cinematographer. This one doesn't have anything new other than an interview with the cinematographer for like 16 minutes. So you got like one new feature on there, but everything else that's on here has been on there before. It's like audio commentaries, an hour and a half of like legacy stuff. If you like add up all the times, like there's a ton of stuff on there. And I remember because I owned this before and I watched all the stuff that was on there.
Because you're stupid.
Going back, I kind of stumbled upon this, and what I never realized until now, because this is such a fad all of a sudden, that Usual Suspects was a pioneer with the slipcase coming down and changing the image. I don't know if anyone else had this, but I don't think I ever realized that they had done this however many years ago. Criterion put announced a bunch of titles as well. Some pretty interesting ones. The Infernal Affairs trilogy I always had heard about because it was the Departed was the remake of this, and I always thought, oh, maybe I'll go back and watch this one day. Malcolm X is the one that I thought was the most interesting for us to discuss because I know it's a movie that we've alluded to before when we've talked about all the movies that Spike Lee's filmography that have come out on Criterion. And I think you might have even said, I'm surprised Malcolm X hasn't come out.
Yes.
Well, it's coming out finally from Criterion for the first time. And that's November 1st, and its debut in 4K. It's getting Dolby Vision and all that stuff, and it's being supervised by our boy, Ernest Dickerson.
I had the damn Warner Brothers snap case of Malcolm X.
Well, I was going to read these features. Tell me if this sounds familiar, if this is anything that you had before.
Well, no, I'll tell you. No.
You're nothing. Less than nothing.
Well, this one comes with quite a good bit. I mean,
I'm excited.
2005 audio commentary with Spike Lee and Dickerson, a new conversation with Spike Lee, new interviews with Delroy Lindo and the music composer, making a featurette featuring like everyone, a feature-length documentary from 1972 on Malcolm X, the man, narrated by James Earl Jones.
I was just looking at that. I want to watch that.
Deleted scenes, a booklet with an essay included, and a Blu-ray only version of this is coming out as well. So you can pick, decide which one you want to get.
I can't wait to cover this the
Pumped.
week of release.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Never seen it, but I do love Denzel. Should I watch this movie?
Hey, if you love Denzel, it's probably his best performance.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, he's so damn good in that movie. When I just, like, if Malcolm X, the actual historical figure, comes up in conversation, like, I pictured Denzel in my head half the time. Let's say for some reason you hate the movie, like, holy shit, Denzel Washington is incredible in this.
And he didn't win for that.
No, it was bullshit. He should have.
Yeah.
He won for Training Day. We should look up who beat him that year. Whoever it was, it probably should have been Denzel.
1990.
Philadelphia, Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Philadelphia Tom Hanks won, Russ.
Denzel and Malcolm X is a revelation. Like, Tom Hanks is just doing...
Tom Hanks stuff.
Yeah, he's classy. He's great, but...
And I think the cover art looks cool.
It does.
I like that a lot.
Cover art.
Yeah. No, I think it looks
I
awesome.
pre-ordered this already as well.
There you go. This is another recommendation straight from Russ's lips.
Shit. I hope my wife's not listening or watching.
We're spending a lot of money here. I hope
Jesus
neither of our wives are
Christ.
watching. A lot of money going down the drain. But speaking of classics, Russ, is the Columbia Classics that we had the honor of covering almost a year ago. Columbia Classics Volume 2. Like, who buys these?
Exactly.
Who is this for? When we covered that, I feel like we just did it just to do it because there was some actual good titles in there. Taxi Driver was in there. It was like, okay, this is maybe something to talk about. But I don't think I even really expected that many people would even comment and say, yeah, we're going to pick this up. But there is like a pretty large fan base for this collection. So when this one got announced, I was kind of scratching my head a little bit because I feel like it's nowhere near the caliber. It Happened One Night, From Here to Eternity, To Sir with Love, The Last Picture Show, Annie, and As Good as It Gets. What are your thoughts on those titles, all being in the same classy Columbia box?
No disrespect to the people you mentioned who are excited about these.
There's a lot of you
sets.
out there.
These bug me because there's no connective tissue. There's nothing that. What the hell does Annie and The Last Picture Show have in common?
As good as it gets. At least what they do that I think is respectable is they do, not only is it all the new 4K transfers and stuff, but they give every movie a ton of new features. There's a lot of extra bonus stuff that comes with it. There's this huge book and the box is nice. So they are doing something nice for them. I don't know. And this is coming in at $165 and these are super limited. Now, the first one you can't even get for less than $250. And I kind of feel bad for people that have been sucked into this. It's kind of like, what was the thing? Encyclopedias, that would get sold to you over a course of time. It's like, you start in with one. Okay, I kind of like two. Now the third one's here. And what if I don't like the third one? But then what if they put a fourth one out that's great? It like sucks. It's like you're just locked in no matter what. If you're a completionist kind of person, I feel bad for that. Speaking of classics, Top Gun Maverick, which has finally been announced. Everyone's ready for the home release, November the 1st.
They feel the need.
Al Pacino.
I got a need. I got a real need for speed. You got no idea. In regards to speed.
This is coming out from Paramount. I'm actually pretty impressed. They held out as long as possible to put this out on.
They really did.
I mean, the shit's like out immediately anymore, and they really did wait.
Tom Cruise put his foot down.
He did.
Concerning everything with this release.
We are creating thousands of jobs, you in the future of this industry.
Honestly, it was a gamble, everything he did, and to see it pay off, it's
impressive.
It is, and I'm happy because what he pulled off was essentially, hey, let's make movies kind of like what they used to be.
That's right.
Regular and a steelbook. I've already pre-ordered the steelbook. I think it looks nice. I like him in that plane, looking over the
you
side.
You saw this. You are a fan.
Oh yeah, and when I pick this up and it releases, and I'll have my time to gush over it. Maybe you'll have had a chance to watch it as well by then.
But like I said, for reference, I never liked the original Top Gun. Even as a child, I never liked the original. So I'm more I want to support this more so in theory of what it represents than actually wanting to watch the movie.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, the damn near unanimous praise it's getting, it has a high standard.
When you watch this at home, and maybe it's just because I'm biased because I watched it in the theater, you'd want to watch this on the biggest thing that you possibly can because it is such a large movie. And I feel like once it hits streaming and people are like, oh, let's check this out on our phones, it's going to lose like something. I feel like the streaming element of it in your bedroom, I feel like you're going to miss out unless you're really like immersing yourself in this movie. That's like part of it. And I feel like that's why the theater was really important for it. It already won, and it's going to keep on winning. Tom Cruise is going to keep winning. Now, this also was previewed to have a 2-pack option as well with 1 and 2, if you care to get 1 and 2, but I'm just going with Maverick. And if you look at the special features, but it's like a making of, a look at the training, you know, there's Tom flying planes and stuff. But I'm looking forward to watching this again. And Russ, I hope you do give this a chance at some point.
I plan on checking it out before we discuss it.
Bullshit.
There was 2 releases I saw that I stumbled across that I kind of laughed at and I wanted to share because I just think they're sort of silly. And no offense to the people that like these movies, but for anyone that likes the Bourne identity and that whole series, I think there's like 5 of them or whatever it might be. You're getting a 20th anniversary collection of these movies. This might be the release of the year because it's coming with not only all 5 films in 4K, HDR presentations and so forth, which I think it's just all the movies that have already been released in 4K, just kind of like gathered together. So you're not getting anything new disc-wise. But what you are going to get, Russ, is a backpack with Bourne on it. You're going to get a monocular, Russ, so you can do some spy shit. A keychain with a compass, 2 dog tags, and a certificate of authenticity. Look at this box this thing comes in, dude. Look at this thing. Full-size backpack. Finally, a 20th anniversary collection done right.
Bullshit! This is unacceptable, soldier. You hear me?
I can't wait to send my kid back to school.
Dude, I know. It's bulletproof. If your last name was Bourne, this would be hot. But most people's names aren't going to be Bourne, so you're just going to look like you're wearing a Jason Bourne backpack, and I think that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I don't want to do this anymore.
I like the irony to it.
People aren't buying this for irony. People are buying this. I mean, who is this for? I don't even know who this is for.
This is absurd.
How much would you pay for this?
$400, man. No.
The backpack alone is worth $350.
Yeah, how much is it going for?
$129.99. So that's a quality backpack. You know right now, that's a quality monocular. It's like military grade.
I'm going to have to lose my memory if I decide to buy this shit.
The only comments I've even seen are just about how disappointed that actual fans of this set are, that they're just slapping some bullshit together when they say the transfers already suck and they need Atmos sound, whatever. You know, there's gripes about re-putting these out. So now that they're getting something, all we're getting is a damn backpack. I don't know. I just thought this was hilarious. And then the last one I wanted to share with you, Russ, just a little bit more irony, is that Jurassic World Dominion, one of your favorite movies of the year, is coming out.
Great picture.
And it's out now in 4K Ultra HD from Universal, one of your favorite films of the summer. Now, what I thought was funny is it's coming with 2 versions of the movie, in case you didn't like the one that you saw.
Whoa! No! Ow!
There is an extended version.
Thank God.
14 minutes longer. And here's how they describe it. Are you ready? 14 minutes of additional footage featuring more dinosaurs, more action, more iconic character moments, and an alternative opening.
Damn, why'd they cut it out in the first place then?
Oh, it was so upsetting.
No wonder I hated it. It didn't have the iconic character moments that were cut out.
Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum.
Dude, I saw Chris Pratt when he was doing the press tour, and he looked just as bored as I was watching the fucking movie.
The guacamole is a good technique. I would
You can still get this box set too with the Raptor if you want to, and I'm assuming this extended 14-minute longer cuts in there. You can get the theatricals in there too for all you people that are worried.
Well, dude, I'm a purist. I mean, don't fuck with the classics. When I saw Dominion, I thought, I swear to God, if Lucas comes in here and tinkers with this shit, I'm gonna riot.
An alternate opening, 14 more minutes. Well,
I don't even remember the real opening, and I saw the movie like 2 months ago.
Bless you. I'm so proud of it.